Okay, so I'm doing a basic GFX video today because I've had people ask me oh yeah, I should do one, and when am I going to make one? So I'm finally making one. Note that I'm really bad at explaining things, so be aware for really bad explanations because we all know that may be really bad. So I will put anything that you need, links to download anything, in the description, so you will have them. So first off, to start a GFX, I always use this loading character to bring in my character. I do most of my editing in Studio because I find it easier than using Blender for it. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm not going to be bending any arms today, so hopefully that helps a lot too, because bending arms is a whole nother story, and I will do another video more advanced bending arms, and I'll do a bending arms video probably. So this is how I start. So I'm just going to bring in my character in R6 because we're not doing any bending of the arms today. So this is currently my character right now. And I pose it all in Studio. And I always leave my move and my rotate on very low because it's just easier that way. I've always found it easier that way. So let's just pose my character. So you'll have to open your model like this. And then you find whatever arm you're going to move or anything. I'm just going to be very basic, quick pose. I'm not going to go too crazy with anything because I just want this to be very easy. So I'm just moving the arms once, and then I'll move a leg or two. Something very easy. And then what am I going to do with the left leg? So, just basically it's easier to do all of it in Studio than trying to move it in Blender. It is easy in Blender, but I find it a lot easier. I know my legs look a little weird right now, but okay, whatever. I just find it a lot easier to do it in Studio because Blender, sometimes your leg can go all the way across to somewhere else in Blender, and it's just easier to do it here. But if you find it easier in Blender, do it in Blender. But this is what I find easier. So, okay, I should probably explain that. Okay, so right-click your model, and then you do Export Selection. Mine just saves in Documents, and I'm just going to put it in, we'll put it in Random right now, and we're going to name it, so we're going to name it Video. So now we get to Blender. This is probably the most complicated bit of the GFX process, I think. So you will want to go to Import, Wavefront, and then we want to go to find wherever you saved it. And mine is right here at the bottom. And make sure you do, I should probably go back and show you. Okay, I'm not going to import anything, but I'll show you because I forgot about that. Make sure it's your, it says OBJ, that means object, because if you don't, you're going to have some weird non-object thingy, and I haven't done it before. Okay, so I use walk navigation, but you can also do Shift F to move yourself around. I'll show you again how to get to navigation in case you don't like that. You just do walk navigation, and then you just use your arrow keys or WASD to move around and find your character. So you will want to go down here and put your character in material because you want to make sure you see. And then I always edit my lamp is up here. You click on your lamp, and then you go to this little thing, I don't know what it's called, but with the arrows, your lamp basically, and I put in Hemi, I think that's what it's called. I ignore my pronouncing of things because I'm not good at that. And then we will want to go to the world, and we'll put ambient occlusion on, because that basically lights up your character it makes your character look better in your rendered picture that you will bring into your final GFX. And then you will want to right click somewhere on your character of your body, and you want to go to this little button here that looks like the material button. You have Biz material, and then you want to go to here, and you want to type in 0, because that turns your character into this normal colors again. You don't have this little cloudy look or anything. And then sometimes it doesn't do the whole thing, sometimes it does. It doesn't usually do that for me, so you may have to click on other bits and change it yourself, but it doesn't take long. So now we have our final, now we're ready to start rendering it or put it into its rendered picture. So you will want to, you will want to press the camera button here. You want to go into shading, and your alpha, make sure it's transparent, because if it's not transparent, you're not going to be able to put it into your GFX picture. Transparent just means that the background is completely blank and you can put pictures under it if you want. And then now go to view, and then cameras and active camera, and you want to move to your character again, and this here is what your character is going to look how it's going to look in the end. So you may, if you want to do it so you see it from a corner, make sure you pose it exactly how you want it to look on the GFX, because you can't go back and change the view. So make sure it is how you want it. So I'm just going to do, this is the most basic GFX. So I'm just going to go in the front like that. Okay, and you press A on select things if you need, just A, no other things. And now that we already have the background transparent, we just want to press render. And there's your character there. And now we want to go to image, save as image, choose where you're going to save it. I'm just going to do save as video render. So now you will want to go to paint.net. And in paint.net you will want to go to first I'm going to size my this is going to be my final GFX size. I usually do 600 for both height and width, because most GFX things you do are usually square, or for me, I do a lot of logos and things. So now you want to go to File and Open, and you want to find wherever you saved your rendered picture. In mine, it's always in Documents. Now you're going to have to find it. I know it saves these textures and everything. You don't need to ever mess with those. You can just delete them, honestly, if you need to. I don't know. I've deleted them before and I've been fine, but I don't know. So you're going to open your video render, and you'll want to add another layer here. So I'm going to rename this. Well, if it lets me rename it. So I'm going to rename it rendered, or I'm going to name it my person, because this is just to show you how to do it. You don't have to rename it yourself. I'm just doing this so if you look back at the video, you know what layer is each thing. So now you want to get your rectangle select tool. You just want to select your character like this. You want to do Control C to copy, and then you go back to where your GFX is going to be, and then Control V to paste. And then you size it and hold Shift if you're going to move it, because if you don't, it turns all wonky like that, and we don't want that. So make sure you hold Shift while you resize. So I'm going to put my character right there. So now we're going to go back to our background, and we're going to find a background we will want. So I'm just going to do a pink background, because I'm feeling pink should be a good idea for now. So let's do something where we can actually blur. So you guys, I'm just going to take this one. I'm not a big fan. So let's do copy image. Then we will go to here, and then Control V to paste it. And make sure you copy it, and Control V. Do keep canvas size, because if you don't, it's going to, expand your canvas so it won't be the square anymore. So keep canvas size. And then now you can move it around. Okay, so now you can move it around however you want to have it how you need. I'm not a big fan of the background. I do different backgrounds for main GFX, but this is very different than how I do mine. So yeah. So now you want to go to blur so you can like, it looks better. And I don't know how to say this, but this blur, the blur that starts with a G. And I'm going to try. I'm not good at pronouncing things. I never have been. So now you choose like how much you want it blurred or anything. And I like how it's blurred like that. And you can also change, there's other things you can do. I'm just doing very basic things. So now you want to get another layer. So I'm going to show you how to do a border, because borders are used a lot on them and it takes up like, if you have extra space and stuff, it makes it look better. So you'll want to get your shape tool and then you want to choose how much you want your width. So I'm going to go to 10 right now. I'm going to put it in white, so you change it right here in colors. It's white, or you can use this if you want, but you know, I don't want it like that, so I'm going to go back to white. So now you just click and drag however you want it, and then you can still edit it if it's like not how you want it placed, which is what I'm doing right now to fix how it's placed, because it's not even, and it will annoy me if it's not all even, and it still may not be even, but whatever. But now I'm going to put underneath my person. You can always move where the layers are, but I always like it under my person. And so now you want to go to this properties button, and you will want to go to, I do mine in overlay, so it kind of like shows your background a little bit. And you can also, if it's too bright, you can always turn down how much it shows. So I kind of like it, I'm liking it like there. So now we're going to add text for the final thing, because this is a basic GFX and we don't need anything too fancy in here. I will link the website where I downloaded. I downloaded most of my fonts here, so you guys won't have all of these on here. Okay, I'm just going to add my character's name on here or my username on here. That's the easiest thing. I think this is a new one I've downloaded, so I don't think I've ever actually used it. So I'm just going to type in my character's name, and I'll put it up there. Maybe I can size it like a little bit bigger. Maybe not. Yeah, we can do it that big. No, I'm going to do it to like 50. Yeah, we'll try 60 maybe. Yeah, I like 60. And then you just move it around and where you want it to be placed. And I do this with my letters. I always go to, where is it, photo, then glow. And I turn the radius down, and I turn my contrast all the way down. And you can turn your brightness all the way up or down. I like it down, and see how the letters kind of pop out like that. And that's how I personally like mine right now, because it looks better. So now that's my final GFX. To save it, you want to go to Save As. You want to make sure it's either a JPEG or PNG. I don't know how to say that, but I'm going to say it was a PNG. And I'm going to make sure I save it in my photos this time. I know I have a lot of like things saved, so we're just going to save it in, no, not Roblox. Roblox has too many things. Let's save it in just GFX, and we're going to do video GFX. And now we save it, and now you're done. So, and make sure you want to flatten it, because that just smushes all the layers together. And so that's basically it. I will film some other GFX videos soon of more advanced, like how to bend the arms, how to do more things like add screen things, other things. And I may also do a video in Photoshop, because that's my favorite thing to use for GFXs. And I know some people have it, they're not good at using it, and if some people just like watching GFX videos, so I'm going to film one of those. That's probably the last one I'm going to film, but next one I'm going to film, I think, maybe bending arms. So yeah, hope this is helpful, and yeah, this is my first time ever doing a video with voice, so if it's bad, I'll try and improve it next time, but yeah, hope this helps you guys.